There, I am Hussein Hanses, and I'm the co-founder and CTO of QuickTables. This right here is going to be a tutorial on how you can use QuickTables to build as great of a website possible for your restaurant. So by the end of this tutorial, you are going to have a very solid grasp of how you can use our website builder. Now, we already have something added here to work with. This is just the default template. We're going to be changing this up very, very shortly. And if we already have a few menu items added and a loyalty item as well as some basic settings set up. If you want to learn how to do any of this, or how to manage orders, or what this means, then please check out our previous video that goes through all of this, since this only focuses specifically on the website builder, and the previous video focuses on how you can actually manage the restaurant after you have the website up. So without any further ado, we are going to get started. I don't have a specific plan set out for this. I'm just creating based on what I think looks good, quite frankly. And you're going to be seeing a little bit of my creative process, I suppose. So for starters, we are going to be removing this and just adding a new one. Reason being, when you first load in the template, then the signature dishes are just going to be displaying dummy items. We don't want that. We actually have items that we want to display, so then you just have to remove the signature dishes and add a new one. Now we're just going to get to the... Now we're just going to add an about section, and we are also going to be adding a photo gallery. We are also going to be adding a reviews section, and I think I'm going to be quite happy with that for now. All right, now I think the photo gallery should be on top before the signature items. We're just going to have a bunch of high quality images of food here to make the visitor hungry and just show off the amazing food that the QuickTable can offer the restaurant. About section here, people don't really care about that, but it's nice to have, so we're going to put reviews here because it's something customers do actually care about. And I think I'm happy with the sections here. Now we are going to be looking at the color scheme. So I want a simple black color scheme. That's difficult to mess up. So we're just going to have the header be black. The buttons are also going to be black. Let's see here. Color scheme, pure black. We're going to be switching everything up here. Button color, black as well. We have to make this white so that it can properly be displayed. Right here, this does not quite align with what we want, so we're going to be making it a black background right here. Switch the text to white. All right. Let's do the same here. Switch the text over to white. This will be black as well. As a matter of fact, no. I'm going to be adding a background image to this. So for now, we're not going to be touching this background color. Just going to be putting this here. Nope. That is meant to be right at the bottom. All right. Amazing. So now I'm just going to be quickly making I'm just quickly going to be finding and making a nice background image here. So I'm just going to fast forward until I have it and I add it. All right, now we are back and we have the image ready. So to add the image, I'm just going to go edit background, upload image. We're going to be picking this right here. And now we have a background image. Now let's see if I'm gonna make this darker. I'm gonna see how well the text can be viewed. Yeah, the text can be viewed very, very easily. We don't need to make it any darker than this. And now I'm actually gonna be switching to a double image because it's nice. And I will now find two good images. So we're gonna fast forward until I have found that. Alright, so now I have found two images that I like. One of a meal and one of a restaurant that we're just going to pretend is ours. So now I'm just going to be uploading the main image right here, which is, I have a second monitor, which is why you're not seeing it, but I have the link ready here. Alright, there's some website restrictions here, so bear with me. I'm going to be downloading these images instead. Alright, the images have now been installed. So now for the primary image, we are just going to have the restaurant like so. For the secondary image, we're going to have the grilled chicken. And that looks good. Let's check the preview mode. This is what we got so far. Right. Could be better, but we certainly have a start. Right. I want to change the font to maybe a serif. It's basic, but it works. Now, if one wants to be creative, one could add another fancy font here. Maybe lobster, something like that. I don't think this looks, no, this looks awful, but it's something you can do. If that is what you wish, or you believe that this will in any way improve the looks of the restaurant, you could have it uniform. See, crimson text, but maybe this is a vibe you want to go for. I'm actually gonna go with this. I kind of like this split, right? So yeah, that's our hero section. Explore menu. You have the menu items here. Reward items here. We're going to be customizing that later. Not much actually needs to be customized on the menu page. It's mainly the rewards page and the descriptions and whatnot that you should customize. If you have anything diverting from this, which you probably will. But we're not actually going to be touching this that much. We're only really going to be working with the home page. Now the gallery. Let me change up the font here. We're going to have a serif font for this one, and just like in the bottom, we're just going to be having crimson text. Right. So now, bear with me, I'm going to be finding 6 solid food images to shove in the customer's face to make them hungry, and I will be back when I have all of those. Alright, now we have a few nice images right here that I am just going to be uploading. Let's see, we're not gonna have that. We could have this right here. It's a nice grilled chicken. There was one I really liked here. You've got to have cheeseburgers there. We're gonna have some shish kebab. Can never go wrong with that. Let's see, we're gonna have this also. There's another one that I really liked right here. And we're also gonna have this. Right, now we have some nice aesthetic images. So when the customer goes on, this white stuff isn't going to be there, by the way, in the actual mobile view. But when the customer goes on, it's going to look better on mobile actually. But yeah, now we can make the customer hungry basically. Amazing. Now let's customize the font here. Again, going for serif for the header and crimson text for the subheader. We're going to be doing the same here. Serif here, white text, and crimson text. And I'm just going to be doing this with every single section. All right, perfect. What I want to do now is actually bring some more customization to the menu. Now we have a darker theme, so I think if we go for dark mode, that might be nice, but I think we should customize that a little bit further. For example, I think price would be nice to have in red. Actually no, white probably. Background color, very dark. Text color, maybe have that in. Not, it's too dark. Yeah, we're gonna keep that in white. I think this kind of suits the overall vibe. Yeah, this is good. This will work for now. This will work for now. Awesome. So now we have this customized way better. Now, as for the reviews, obviously you should put in your actual reviews. You shouldn't just leave the dummy ones in. But for now, I'm just going to leave the dummy ones in because it doesn't really serve a purpose to put in anything custom. As for about section, I'm going to be leaving this as is, but we're going to be adding a nice image of the restaurant itself. Actually, I will just be removing the about section altogether. So we're just going to be leaving this here. Actually, an FAQ section might be good as well. Many restaurants typically have that. So if there's any common questions that you know customers always have, you can just answer them here for both your and their convenience. Just going to be fixing up the things here. And we're just going to be leaving this as is. Maybe actually customizing the font here would be pretty cool. So now we have a nice restaurant ready here. If we then click publish, we're gonna get a quick link. Actual domains, there will be integration options for this, but for now, this is just how it's gonna be looking. So now we have our website. This is now fully as soon as payments are accepted and everything, this will then be ready to take on orders. So just to display this for you, we're going to be going into the menu here, adding some crispy wings. We're going to be adding the drink there. Checkout. Payment. This is then going to take us to a sandbox payment page. I'm just going to be putting in this is the Visa test card. So nothing will actually be added. Or no payments will actually be going through. And we're just going to be paying there. As soon as you switch it to live mode, this is just as easy to do with an actual card. All right, payment successful. Awesome. Now a new order has appeared here. And we can easily just start preparing there. So it's super easy, super quick. As you can see, I just set up a fully functional, modestly nice looking. Of course, you can make it much nicer if you're going to spend more time on it, but fully functional, decently looking website, fully ready to take on orders, fully ready to serve customers in a fairly short period of time. So this is just how easy it is to set everything up with QuickTables, and I hope this has been helpful for you to build your dream restaurant website using QuickTables. Stay tuned for more updates as the software evolves. There's going to be way more. There's going to be way more options. It's going to be way easier. Everything is going to be better. This is just within its infancy. So if you thought this looked easy, that was fast, just see how it's going to be 6 months from now. Now, I hope this has been effective and helpful for you. If you have any more questions, please put them in the comments and we will do our very best to answer you as quickly as possible. Now, have a good one.